Well, we're taking a live look outside early on this Wednesday morning. A couple of clouds, but don't expect those to last much longer. We're talking sunshine today.
We'll split this week's vaccine shipments to make sure appointments delayed by the weather are first. Plus, the South African variant of COVID-19 is now in Washington. We have everything you need to know about the pandemic today.
A woman who believes in the power of your voice.
The reason why I feel, me personally, why I feel we have so much hate and division is because of the lack of love. If we all just start with us and work on who we are, we can impact the world.
The group she founded to acknowledge the disparities in our community and create opportunities for positive and necessary change.
Up with KREM begins now.
It is 7:30 now. Welcome back to Up with KREM. Right now, a Spokane favorite is competing to have the best cider in the country. One Tree Cider House is currently in the running, and that's part of a USA Today poll. To vote, you can text cider to 509-448-2000. We'll send that link right to your phone. Plus, up ahead, they'll be joining us to talk about the competition. And we've been talking about, we need to do some research. Joshua, I know you have, even before you got to Spokane.
It was one of the bottles in my, I have a beer ordering service that I get beer from all across the country, and I just was like, a cider? Okay, I'll take a cider. And it came from One Tree, and it was, and no joke, it was my absolute favorite one in that shipment. I didn't realize until later it was where I was going to be moving to just a couple months later.
So cool.
Yeah,
so cool.
had no idea.
Can I buy it at a store? Is that possible?
Oh, yeah.
Or do I have to go in?
Well,
Okay.
I mean, you should go in.
Well, yeah, of course, but you know, social distance, mask, I want to overindulge. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. All right, I got to do weather. Let's just, before I dig a hole, let's just go ahead and do weather. Early on this morning, a couple of stray clouds, but sunshine dominating. We've got some moisture in the atmosphere, a little bit of patchy fog that we're waking up to this morning, depending on where you are. And you can kind of see that little bit of a haze there in the atmosphere, and where it is cold enough, some condensing of those clouds. We're sitting at 23 degrees in Spokane, 27 in Coeur d'Alene, 21 in Sandpoint, and how about 33 in Moses Lake. We do have a little bit of fog at Spokane International Airport, so just know it is there. That is going to work its way out because, do you see it? Yeah, nothing on the radar. That's a bit of good news. And that's basically what takes us through the day. But tonight, clouds move back in, and tomorrow morning we are talking snow across the inland northwest, and that's what we're waking up to. Maybe a couple of scattered rain showers later on in the day. But today it's all about the sunshine and warm temperatures. We're up near 40 degrees later on today with sun. Did I mention it's sunny? Yeah, oh yeah, it's going to be sunny.
All right, right now, Tiger Woods, one of the world's most famous athletes, is waking up in the hospital this morning after surviving this crash here. Well, Woods was driving when his SUV skidded off the road and rolled several times. Take a look at this video here. The SUV was so damaged, firefighters had to pull Woods out through the front windshield. And brand new this morning, we're getting details on how he's doing. Tiger's people put out a statement late last night saying he's awake, responsive, and recovering. And we learned he needed emergency surgery on his right leg. So investigators say there was nothing suspicious about the crash and no charges are pending, that he just went off the embankment and rolled. But he is, quote, very fortunate to be alive. Now, social media just exploded with reaction to the news. Of course, a lot of prayers sent up, best wishes, and many people just hoping for the best. Joshua?
7:34 now. Here are three things you need to know about COVID-19 today. Starting number one with half of the 8,000 doses received at the Spokane Arena mass vaccination site this week will go toward people who had to reschedule their appointments. The other half will go to people who have appointments this week. Now, at the arena yesterday, you can see here on your screen right now, these lines wrapped around the building with people who had their appointments rescheduled last week due to those weather-related delays. The Department of Health says they will not be releasing more appointments for the week of March 1st through the 7th, because during that time, the site will only be providing second doses. Number two, Idaho now requires people to show proof that they work or live in the state for vaccination. The forms of possible ID you can use include a driver's license, a work or a school ID, or a document with your name and address on it. Idaho will roll out a pre-registration system as well for the vaccine. Now, it's not running yet, but when it is, it will notify you when you are eligible to receive the vaccine and help walk you through the process of booking that appointment. Number 3, the South African coronavirus variant is now reportedly in Washington. University of Washington researchers have confirmed it is in King County after a patient tested positive in late January.
This virus is sufficiently different that will require potentially adjustment in vaccines, and that people may be somewhat more susceptible to reinfection.
Researchers say they have not been able to find the individual despite contact tracing efforts. At this time, it's not known if this variant is more dangerous or more contagious. It's also unclear if the variants will play any role in the state's reopening plan, but health leaders say they're still talking with Governor Inslee about that subject.
And this morning, we are toasting to a Spokane favorite. We were just talking about this. One Tree Cider House is now in the running to be named the best in the country. Up next, we'll talk to them about what makes their cider so special, plus how you can help them get to #1. And this morning, our Black History Month coverage continues. This morning, City Council member Betsy Wilkerson joins us to talk about the climate here in Spokane and Black female leaders in our community. That's coming up in our next half hour.
And this is Spokane Valley. That is a low-hanging stratus cloud. You might call it fog, and that's what we're waking up to early this morning. Patchy fog, but sunshine in the forecast. We'll walk you through an active couple days ahead.